Something inside of you misses her. Something inside of you wants her back. Not necessarily in the way you imagine in your dreams, but in the raw, desperate way your heart craves connection. Closeness, love, attention. You're not alone, think about it. How often do you check your phone hoping for a message from her? Even though a part of you knows it will never come. You remember the sound of her laugh? You remember the way she looked at you? Sometimes soft, sometimes distant. But always unforgettable, and now silence. A void and emptiness that keeps you awake. That haunts your mind during quiet moments. You scroll through old conversations, lingering over the emojis, the good mornings, the late night jokes, and your chest tightens and you feel it. That raw, gnawing ache of longing. You try to distract yourself. You try to bury the thoughts. But at 3 a.m., alone in the dark, your subconscious throws it all at you, memories. Dreams, fantasies that feel wrong and confusing. Yet they carry one undeniable truth. You miss her, you're not imagining things. You're not insane, you're human. That's why today, I want to peel back the layers of this complicated feeling. I want to explain why your mind creates these dreams. Why your heart feels such desperation. And most importantly, what it really tells you about yourself and your emotional needs. Because if you don't understand it, these dreams will keep leaving you with shame, guilt, and a sense of being less than. But if you understand it, it can transform your pain into clarity. And your longing into empowerment. Let me tell you a story of a friend of mine. Let's call him Ali. Used to dream about someone he couldn't be with. And not just in innocent ways. Dreams that made him cringe. Dreams that made him feel guilty when he woke up. But here's the truth, Ali. And you need to hear that dreams aren't about sex. They're about absence. They're about missing someone deeply. The mind often turns longing into physical fantasies. Because the body craves a connection that hasn't felt in reality. This is called object-relational longing. Your unconscious mind represents emotional deprivation. Through symbolic acts, even if they feel inappropriate. Stop punishing yourself. Instead, acknowledge the longing. I miss her, I want closeness. Naming it takes away the shame and starts the process of healing. Imagine a teenager sitting in a dark room feeling unwanted. Imagining a world where someone finally notices them. That's what your subconscious does. It dramatizes desire to force recognition of emotional emptiness. Your dreams do not define you. They reveal unhealed emotions, unresolved attachment, or unmet intimacy needs. Dreams are a form of emotional processing. Carl Jung called these shadow messages. Hidden truths your conscious mind avoids. Instead of avoiding the dream, journal about it. Ask yourself, what am I really craving? Closeness? Attention, validation. Transform the shame into insight. Many people mistake sexual desire in dreams for something purely physical. But often what you're feeling is a hunger for emotional intimacy. You want to feel seen, heard, and cherished again? Think about the last time you truly laughed with her. Or when she looked at you in a way that made you feel alive. Your body remembers those feelings, and your subconscious converts them into sexual imagery. Because sex is a shorthand for intense closeness and connection. This is called transference of attachment. Your mind redirects unmet emotional needs into familiar. Even taboo forms pause before judging yourself. Recognize that your desire is a reflection of unmet needs. Not moral failing, then channel that energy. Reconnect with friends, hobbies, or creative projects that nurture emotional closeness safely. Here's the danger: the more you dwell on the dream, the more your subconscious will punish you with guilt. You replay scenarios, you imagine what ifs, and you spiral into shame. I remember a young woman, Sarah, who would wake up and avoid mirrors, ashamed of her dreams. Every thought felt like proof she was broken. But the moment she learned to observe her dreams without judgment, the shame faded, the longing remained. But it became a compass, not a prison. Rumination intensifies emotional pain and prolongs attachment to the absent person. Use mindful awareness when the dream arises. Breathe, observe. This is a signal, this is a feeling. Not a command, let it inform you. Not control you ultimately. These dreams are your mind begging for acknowledgement. They are telling you, I miss connection. I miss being loved, I miss being seen. You can choose. Continue feeling guilt or transform this longing into understanding. Write a letter to the person you miss. Not to send, but to process your feelings. Express everything: anger, desire, sadness. Then close it and release it. This act alone frees the subconscious from needing sexualized dreams to force expression. Now, I want you to hear this. Your dreams, your longing, your ached, they're evidence that your heart is alive. That is your power, not the fantasy. Not the shame, but the raw, aching desire to connect that is human. That is beautiful. You're not defined by inappropriate dreams. You are defined by how you respond to them. You're defined by your courage to face your emotions, your willingness to feel deeply, and your strength to transform pain into growth. Every time your heart aches for someone who is gone, it is training you to cherish the connections that matter, to recognize the people who truly see you, and to cultivate love for yourself. First, let's remind ourselves what we covered. Dreams reflect unmet emotional needs. Not moral failure, they are your heart speaking. Not your conscience. Judging physical imagery often masks emotional longing. Obsessing magnifies pain. Observe. Don't punish. Dreams are invitations to heal. Reflect and grow, not proof of wrongdoing. So tonight, when you wake from a dream that makes your stomach twist, remember this: your heart is not broken. Your longing is not shameful. Your dreams are whispers of your soul telling you that love, real profound love, still matters, and it will find you. But only when you honor yourself first. If they cannot see your worth, don't lower yourself to prove it. The right connections, friendships, love, intimacy will never ignore the heart that knows its own value. Sometimes when you lie awake at night, the ache in your chest feels unbearable. You start replaying every memory, every moment, every word exchanged, wondering if you did something wrong, if you could have done more, if you could have been enough. That longing is not weakness. It is proof that your heart is alive, that you are capable of deep connection, that you are capable of love. The truth is, your mind will often magnify absence into fantasy, because it doesn't know how else to process it. It is trying to give your heart what it craves, even if it does so in strange or confusing ways. Understand this: missing someone deeply, dreaming about them, feeling desire, it is all part of your emotional landscape. It signals that your heart needs attention, reflection, and self-compassion. Instead of shaming yourself, honor your feelings, sit with them, write them down, speak to your own heart as if it were a dear friend. Because the moment you accept your longing, the moment you allow yourself to feel it without judgment, healing begins. The ache becomes a teacher guiding you towards self-awareness, growth, and ultimately love that is both healthy and empowering. If this message touched you, if it helped you understand your heart a little more, you wake up in the middle of the night, Heart racing, mind tangled. You see your face vivid, impossible to ignore, and then the thought comes shameful. Confusing, almost impossible to admit. You dreamt about her in ways that make your stomach churn. In ways that feel wrong, in ways you'd never say out loud. And now you're sitting there wondering, what does this mean about me? I need you to hear this first. It does not mean you are broken. It does not mean you're a bad person.